Hey, look at that. Stuff comes out.
So what do you do, Brian?
He paints.
Set these on fire. That's when it's fun.
What's that?
Snacks.
It's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at this mess. So I was airbrushing and I thought I was recording and I wasn't. And this is the new airbrush that came, the PZ-260 kit, or airbrush, not the kit. The kit was the master, right? So you can look at the previous video for that. But so I'm airbrushing and see all these parts? So the PZ-260 just freaking fell apart. The thing here, I don't know what you would call it, the trigger came out, and then this little, that little clip that was in the barrel here, it just came like loose inside there and started floating around in the middle of everything. It was a disaster. And on top of that, I thought I was airbrushing, or I thought I was filming, and I wasn't. So you didn't get to see all the cursing and stuff and stuff pour all over. So, yeah, I was using, you know, airbrush thinner from Vallejo, and it just went straight to hell. I don't know. So the trigger fell out, this thing started floating around, so I took the back off, tried to figure out what was going on, which was this piece. Yeah, a complete mess. And I'm sure like good airbrush people out there that know what they're doing, remember I don't, could, you know, figure out what happened. But, and maybe this happens all the time, maybe this pin comes out, but in the middle of airbrushing I really didn't expect it, and then this little guy starts floating around, and I put the pin back in, because you can kind of see the hole there. I don't know if I can make this zoom to that hole. So there's a hole in there, really teeny tiny hole, kind of see it there. You can put it back in, and so I put it back in and kind of ignored the little clip there, and then I was trying to get, I put it back in the hole, and then I'm assuming that little clippy thing somehow regulates the flow of what's in your ink here through, because I could get air but nothing was coming out. It was just a, yeah. So like I said, all you like pro airbrushers are probably laughing at my experience at this point, but this is pretty terrible for a first airbrush experience and I have to say, this airbrush, I mean, I really just didn't expect it to just fall apart. Maybe I was doing something wrong, okay? Maybe. But, wow. So, yes, it didn't fall apart in this much. I mean, this fell out, and then this fell out, and then I took it apart trying to get the fix, and, yeah, it's a mess. So, that was a good first test, huh? So, a mess. That's all I can say. So I'm going to try cleaning this out, and then I'm going to try to put it back together, and hopefully I can actually make it work, because it worked for about 2 seconds. So I had to dig out, these are the instructions that came with the PZ whatever. You can see the little pin there. It doesn't really tell you how to put it back, it just shows you. That's useful. So I grabbed the parts for the master airbrush, which actually shows you where that little device goes. It's called a lever guide. Makes sense when you see where it goes. Not very useful on these, useful on another brand. So, anyway, I had to still figure out exactly how it went. So I have this piece assembled again. Feels completely different than when I started using it. Already 1,000 times better. So, okay. Not sure I'm going to rate this one very well. Needle. Yes, I'm not treating it very well, I realize, but I think this airbrush is a piece of garbage. And then, so let's be careful with this. It goes right through here. Well, it's supposed to, but it's not. Don't know why. Oh, I bet it's because this has to be open like this. Ah, okay. So, put the needle in, goes all the way through, comes out the end. You can kind of see it right there. And then push it in there, lock this down, put the ass piece on. This is forever known as the ass piece. Let's get some air going. Hey, look at that. Stuff comes out. So, I got some airbrush cleaner in there. You know, that stuff that we bought at the store. I wanted to see if it actually works. Yeah, now it works so much better. So, note to self, or note to you people out there, the PZ-260 apparently has some assembly required after your first use. There we go. Now I have fixed an airbrush on my first airbrush experience. Not exactly what I want to be dealing with, but whatever. I cannot recommend the PZ-260 unless you like explosions. Unless you like rebuilding your device after you purchase it. And maybe this one was defective, or maybe it was that the super cool Vallejo paints should never be used in this airbrush. I don't know. Maybe this happens to everybody they first use. I don't know. But there you go. PZ-260, not good. Not for me. Disaster.
Amazing.
Can you dig it?
Hey there, Klingon guy.
I will kill him!
The Force will be with you, always.